Well, I was in Crockett, radio breakfast deal, and I got back home and sat here, and it seemed like it was about 30 minutes or so when I heard the roaring, like it coming in, and on the right, south side of the highway mostly, and I started to the hallway, get it in the hall, and I hit the house, and it went on, and when after that happened, I started looking around, and that's when I saw all the damage around me. So I hadn't went to the back yet. I just went to the front, and I looked around. I knew we was in trouble.
So I started home, and I crossed over the Nature's River, and I got maybe a quarter of a mile from the Nature's River, and I noticed a tree was about to fall across the highway, so I stopped so the tree wouldn't hit me. So I'm sitting there contemplating how am I going to get around this when all of a sudden there's this real loud thud, and a tree has fallen across the car, and then other trees are falling on that tree that had me pinned down. I didn't know what to do, and so finally I realized I was in a bad place at a bad time. So I just said, Lord, I commit my soul to you. And I just sat there like this with my hand on my steering wheel, watching the trees fall in slow motion. And they were like little toy soldiers just folding over each other, coming down to me. All of a sudden, I didn't hear anything but wham, and rain and twigs and branches and pine needles and just torrential rain, and my poor windshield looks like a cobweb, but it held up. He knew enough that I knew he was okay, and he knew I was okay, but that was all we could do.
Phone went out then.
He couldn't hear where I was at, but he knew I was on Highway 21 coming home. But that was the best we had at that time,
that
because
storm,
like he told me, I'm okay, babe. And I said, I'm all right, darling, don't worry. So, but my only thought in coming home was to get home to Cecil. The community was good in that it came together.
Right.
And it helped us every way it could. You know, it brought food to us, it brought water, it brought
But you couldn't move the logs. They couldn't trees get this out of the way.
They didn't have the equipment that the Minutemen had to make the necessary debris removal. And the Minutemen, when they came in, they have amazing machines that move that debris and move it out to where the state can pick it up. And as one of the volunteers told me, he said, we don't want you to have to look at your home like this, which I thought was a very sweet way to put it, because my home was pretty messed up. The Minutemen, they're amazing. They can do things that we could never do. They have the equipment with help of donations and supporters to help people like us when we're really down and have need for all the help we can get. So I want to thank Minutemen for being here for us. The forest is gone, my beautiful forest. Our trees are gone and everything, but we'll replant. We'll get there. So. But we couldn't have done it without you fellas. I'll give you all the credit in the
With
world.
all the other people did too, without them. But
your people did amazing things here.
to what you do, I mean,
And
that's where you're coming in.
You're very polite and very respectful of people's property, and we appreciate that from you. We lost a lot, but we have each other. As long as we have each other.
That's why I trade you off.
As long as we have each other, we're going to make it, because I'm not going to let life put us down.
I'm gone.
Yeah, right. You've been saying that for 30 years.